Hello everyone, welcome back. In this episode here, I'm going to try to figure out if I can modify the switch on this right here. As you know from some of the forums here, I recently asked if you can add uh, two, three, four, or five, if you can link these compressors on a common hose line and get a higher CFM but have the same amount of PSI pressure going through. I'm just kind of curious because I've seen other models of this particular compressor, and you know, some of them can go up to 150, and so this one just maxes out at 125. I was wondering if I can push it up a little bit more and see what happens. I'm sure that probably will avoid the warranty, but I don't see why I couldn't get an extra you know, PSI out of it. The other reason why is right now I just currently have one outlet here, and if I have two compressors going at the same time, I'm pretty sure it's going to trip the breaker until I can get my sub panel in here, which it's going to be a while, but eventually I'll get it done. What I want to do is I want to set the switch. So hold on here, let me focus here a little bit better. Oh well. I want to set the switch here to work on two different settings. One of them, what I want to do is set to a higher PSI, maybe up to 150, 150 to 100. Have the switch, you know, the motor start at 100 and stop at 150, and then I want my second compressor to basically start switching on at maybe 90 or even 85 and going up to, you know, 150 or maybe 125. I don't know. I'll probably leave it. So apparently someone in the forums have mentioned that that is possible, and I was reading up on their link that they sent over, and so once I realized, man, that's within my you know, grasp here of actually doing it. I'm gonna actually just take a look and see what's in there and what's behind there. So if Gary, if you're watching this, thanks a lot for that link. Appreciate it. I might get another one of these and basically get a having two of these, which I mentioned before in my setup on the 21 gallon. I can essentially have a 42 gallon tank. If I can adjust this to be 150, then I would basically have 150 psi instead of 125. I don't see why you couldn't. I've seen other tanks just like this going up to 150. If this explodes, I don't know what to do, but let's see what happens. Anyways, for those of you who are returning, you know, welcome back. You all know what to do. For anybody new, you basically, my videos are all uncut, unedited. Basically, for the most part, first-person view, although I'm starting to use this tripod a little bit more. And so, you can, because of that, my videos are typically long, so you probably want to skip around, go to the end, or go to the end of this video or end of the episode series to find out what happened. Of course, this is all work in progress. And also, I'll put up a playlist if I've done more than one video at the beginning. So you can kind of just click on that and you'll see the different episodes here. Um, Also, I'm going to start putting links onto under the description um, of the coupons, and I can't guarantee you you'll get a coupon for this particular. I'm sure you will, because they always come out with these, but they expire. So just check back frequently, and if there's a coupon for this, feel free to download it. Um, I don't usually do anything more than a month, because I know there's some people out there who try to sell coupons. So, but check back frequently. They always expire, and then new ones come out, and different ones come in, and but typically they're the ones. All the tools I have are from coupons or from the 25% discount. So, feel free to utilize that. So let me see here. I might have to lower you guys down a little bit to get a better view, but let's see here. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is this is what I'm going to be opening here, and I might have to lower you guys down. So let me adjust that a little bit. There we go. And that way you all get to see everything. I don't think I need a flashlight because it's pretty bright in here, and everything just seems to be focusing. And so there's a little screwdriver right here. I'm sorry, there's a little screw right here, and that's what's holding the box in. So I'm just going to go ahead and just unscrew this. Yours may be a little tight. I already kind of started to loosen it, so it's there we go. It does come out, so be careful. Don't lose it. And let's see what it looks like. Okay, so it comes out here, and then starts coming out. You'll get to see all the guts and everything. And then there's a little cover right here that, make sure it's unplugged, before you see. Make sure it's unplugged, and so that way you don't shock yourself. There's a little warning on here if you haven't noticed. Warning: to prevent serious injury, do not open this cover. Just says do not open this cover at all. But there's a little clip here that you probably want to unsnap. Let me go ahead and get the flashlight. I don't know if you can see that a little bit better or not. Probably doesn't make a difference, but there's right here. There's a little clip in there, and you just want to push on that clip to release it. Probably did it better if I got a flathead. It would have worked a little bit better, but I think I can still manage that. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that's kind of what it looks like, and of course here's that screw. It does come out, but it's hard to take out. So, but just don't lose it. So let's put it right there for now. I'm gonna put it right on top. So there you go. There's the guts of it, and you can see what they've done. Let me see if I can get you down here. There you go. So you can see what they've done. There's a lot of silicone bead here. Let's move you on this angle here. Silicone bead here, and there's your controls for the switch. And if you haven't had a chance to look under the cover right here, it will tell you how to adjust it. And so right here it says clockwise to increase cutout pressure without affecting cut in, and then turn clockwise right here to increase both cut out and cut in pressure. So that's gonna definitely affect your, so you have a better idea of how that works here. So one, I'm assuming, controls the cut out, so your range, it'll cut out without affecting the cut in. In other words, having the motor start. So this will stop this particular, this side right here will cut the engine off, cut the motor off. So I guess that's going to affect your PSI at a max high pressure, where this is going to affect both cut in and cut out. So we'll see how that goes. I guess you have to play around with it a little bit. But here's the thing is, they've covered it in some kind of silicone goop here, looks like. Well, let's just have fun. I mean, it's mine to do whatever the hell I want to do with it. Of course, this is going to void the warranty, but let's not tell them about it, alright? So, okay. Well, let's see what we can do. Just try to remove that. Of course, you know, you got these free screwdrivers, so you can use these here. So far, it looks like it can be taken off. It just looks like it's just some silicone caulking. Not sure why they would use that. I guess it doesn't. It may or may not prevent someone from being able to use this or not. Just trying to be really gentle not to damage it. But I guess it's not on hard or anything. The fact that it's on there. So of course, you want to be gentle. You don't want to be, you know, gouging at this or anything. See, it's already starting to come off here. So you can see it's already starting to come off, and you know, it's not that bad. If they're trying to prevent someone from doing this, it's not working, but maybe it was just an added thing to prevent moisture from getting in, maybe. Not quite sure. But anyways, there we go. Just take your time with it. Don't get too rough. Okay. Of course, I want to get to this screw as well. Just want to be very gentle not to damage anything. There we go. That one's just coming off really good. Oh. Pulling this off, I already turned this. As you can see that. Trying to pull it off, I already turned this thing here. So, well, we'll see how that affected it. But let's just try to. I guess I can already turn it now. Just got most of the goop off, so. So now let's clean it off here a little. Make it. Now, if you're getting too bored, feel free to skip through all this. You'll get the idea. This is all just a matter of scraping this stuff off. Okay, see if I can get into the middle here. You know, this works out. Effectively just got me, what I really did was just got me 150 psi compressor. Although in the manual does say not to do that, but let's just, I think I could, I'll just go ahead and give it a shot. Let me see if this is it's good enough to get to the point where it doesn't hamper what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, so this is the main cutoff. This is will determine the cutoff point. So, okay, so let's lower you guys down here now, so I can, so y'all can see the cutoff here. so it's going to get a little loud. You probably want to, get your earmuffs, which I also have right here, which I also got on a coupon. So that should have just raised the PSI level. So let's see. Alright, so it's going to get really loud. You may want to lower the volume down, but let's see if this works. So it's already at, looks like 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. So it's at 110 right now. Let's see where it stops. Of course, I'll probably need to release some air out of it. So be careful, it's plugged in. I wouldn't be touching this, or let's have you go up a little bit more. Point down here. There we go. So remember not to touch the wires. It's hot now. It's ready to go. It's going to probably kick in at 90. So it stopped at 1, 2, 3. Stopped at 130. So okay. It says here again. What's it say here? It says oh, got it upside down. It says to turn it clockwise to increase cutout. So let's increase the cutout, turning it clockwise. Actually, it stopped at 120 psi. So let's see what happens if I turn it clockwise and see where it goes. actually stopped very close to, I don't know if you can see that, 140 psi. So looks like you can adjust this if you wanted to. You don't. 125 is not, you know, if you don't like it at 125, I guess 150 should work. That might even increase your CFM, perhaps, if you did that. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But you can increase the pressure up to 150, so you can get it up to the 29 gallon, psi. So let's increase it just a little bit. Just quarter of a turn. And once I get up to the pressure that I want it to, well, actually, you know what? At 140, I think should be good, because I need to adjust the, and according to this here, on the left side here, it says turn clockwise to increase both cut out and cut in pressure. So on this particular unit, I wanted to actually start, I wanted to cut in maybe at 100, because according to the link that Gary sent me, one of the things you can do is you can have one compressor kick in. For example, I want this to be 100 to going to 150. Of course, this will be my main compressor, in which is going to work a lot more. My other compressor may start kicking in at when it goes in down to 90. So theoretically, these two would never really come on at the same time. They would come on at different times. That way I don't have to have, it won't trip my breaker. And we'll see how it goes. If it does, then obviously it's going to trip my breaker. Just going to have to reset it, the breaker. Just have to play with the settings. But now that I know I can, this is going to just expand my horizon here. So let's increase the, I'm going to just turn this just a quarter of a turn. We'll see how that goes. And let's see where it starts cutting in. It did cut in at around almost to 100 psi, but I want to see where it cuts out, because that particular screw affects both the cut in and cut out. If that affected it by 10, I'm assuming that's going to affect the still stopped at 140, so it hasn't affected it that much, but the cut in starts at 100. So I may want to have that cut in maybe a little bit higher. Just make a quarter of a turn. The other thing I can do is as I get down in there, wherever I want the needle's going to be at 110. Okay, somewhere right around there. Then I'm going to go ahead and turn this until it kicks on. So that's another way of doing it. Let me see if it works. I'm not doing this one right here. I'm going the one behind it, the screw that's not has a plastic cover on it, the one behind this. So it looks like the emergency valve went open. it's almost at 140, and I don't want to push my luck. The emergency valve already started to. Come on. So let's see. So 140. Okay, so let's see where it starts to kick in. I might have still have to adjust it. Because I wanted to start at 110. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. This is gonna be loose as high as I can get it to go. It'll stop at just short of 140. So let's start that again. You hit 110 and start going. Okay, it stops at 135, which all right. Sorry about that. I got a phone call that come in. Anyways, yeah, it stops at just after 130, 135 maybe. I think that's good. That's kind of the range which I wanted to start and stop. So this compressor is all set up. You really have to loosen this quite a bit. So just want to make sure that. There we go. That's fine. I'm happy with it. So I'm going to put this cover back on, and we'll see how well this does. And this will be a nice little test to see how it goes and how it lasts. Other than that, that's the way I guess you can adjust. If you have one compressor, you can adjust it and get a little bit more PSI out of it. Of course, as you saw, the emergency valve did release on its own when it got close to 150. So I don't think this can handle 150. So you saw it here. But at least I got it to start at 110 and stop at 130. I think that's a really good range, because this is going to be the main compressor that's going to go first, and then my second compressor, I'll probably still have it stop at 130, but have it start at 90. So it's just a matter of playing with the first one instead of the second one. So I could do just a matter of tightening the one with the black cover, just tightening on the second one, tightening that up to until I get to like 130. So I got a little bit more psi out of it. I'm not sure how safe it is to go to 150 because that emergency valve release just kicked in on its own. I didn't even do anything. At first I thought I blew something, but thank God I didn't. And I guess I'll play it safe. I'll just go up to 130. I think that'll give me a good range to play with. So one should kick in before the other one. Hopefully. Well, we'll see how it goes. I might have to adjust them as I connect the two hoses together, but there we go. And anyways, feel free to comment, like, dislike. Also feel free to do a video response. If you guys are considering what I've been considering, is basically getting two of these. So I've been considering getting two of these here, and having a common hose to give me a higher CFM. It would give me 21 gallons. The CFM on this, I think it's a 4.8 at 90. So if I basically connect two hoses together, it would effectively give me 9.6 CFM at 90, and then at 40 it's 4.8, so it would give me 11.6 or something, or is it 5.4, whatever the case. I know it gives me 11 something at 40, and then 9 something at 90. So and of course, if you get this with the coupon, if you just go to follow the link to the coupons that I have on my Google Drive, you may see how much you can get it for. And basically, two of these is cheaper than the 29 gallon, and it doesn't give you the combined CFM. And then on top of that, it just gives you 29 gallons, where you would get 42. You don't have to restrict yourself to 2. You can actually do 4, 3, 4, 5. I mean, you could have as many as you want, as long as you could connect them with the same to the common air hose. So this is a really good, cheap option, considering if you want to try to get compared to like a $600 to $700, sometimes $800 for a 60 to 80 gallon compressor, which is heavy, and you probably need one hell of a motor. You probably need a 240 outlet. Again, you can get at least 2 of these, maybe even 3 of these. If you have a different outlet power source, so it doesn't trip the breaker, effectively you can get the same thing as a huge compressor at a fraction, at least half the cost, at least. So there you go. Or if you just wanted to know how to set your cut in and cut out, there you go. I just did it. So thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate it, and tune in for the next episode. Bye.